The young and the reckless spoilers. Phyllis and Kane pulled to each other. Sparks fly. The young and the restless spoiler reveal that Kane Ashby and Phyllis Summers have been dancing their way around each other for ages. However, Kane swore months ago that nothing would happen between him and Phyllis. It seems as thought Kane may have developed feelings for Phyllis as well. Will a heated argument escalate to the point of Phyllis and Kane hitting the sheets together? Kane Ashby's downfall after Newman Media expose. Kane Ashby, Billy Flynn, has been reeling after the Newman Media expose. However, Kane has sworn to sue Newman over their actions. Of course, Adam doesn't believe there is anything Kane do about this action. Kane believes he is well within his rights, and beside, Kane may even turn his AI program loose on Newman Media. In the end, Kane will realize that Phyllis can relate to him on a deep level because her children and her friends have turned against her too. This could be a new beginning for them once Kane comes to this realization. Phyllis may end up comforting Kane this week. Will revenge and romance collide, causing sparks to fly between them? Phyllis Summers and Kane Ashby have a lot in common. Phyllis and Kane have a lot more in common than pain. Phyllis and Kane both had corrupt fathers and both grew up in their shadows. Right now both of them feel neglected as well. Kane is estranged from Lily Winters, Crystal Khalil, and Phyllis from Nick Newman, Joshua Morrow. Their shared heartbreak could bring them together in a passionate way. Kane has been back in town for a while. Kane has been trying to get back with Lily all of the while. Now that Lily is done with him, Phyllis just may have a chance with him. Phyllis and Kane have both been broken and are out of options now. Will the fact that they are both craving a connection, will they make is now a turning point ahead? Will Phyllis and Kane connect out of pure emotion, grief, frustration, and need, but their chemistry runs deeper? Phyllis and Kane could actually decide they like each other and be all in if they connect? This could turn into something real. Phyllis always goes all in when she commits. Will she be able to make Kane happy? Phyllis may convince Kane that she isn't there for revenge or redemption. Could Phyllis and Kane actually be something lasting? Will this lead to a red-hot romance that shakes Genoa City to its core? In the glimmering world of Genoa City, few relationships are as electrifying as the one between Phyllis Summers and Kane Ashby. For months, fans have been on edge, watching the push and pull of their complicated history unfold. Now, it seems that the universe and YNR's writers might finally be tipping the scales in favor of something more combustible than friendship. Sparks are flying, hearts are being tested, and secrets are bubbling just beneath the surface. Phyllis, always magnetic, has found herself re-evaluating the choices she's made over the past year. Once, she was a woman driven by ambition, heartbreak, and a touch of mischief, maneuvering through the treacherous waters of Genoa City's elite. But there's a softening in her gaze lately, particularly when Kane is around. It's subtle, an extra linger when he speaks, a barely concealed smile when their eyes meet, but it's there. Phyllis's friends, especially Nikki, have noticed. Something is happening with Kane, Nikki remarked over lunch with Phyllis just last week. You've got that sparkle in your eye, and it's not from another business deal. Kane, for his part, is no stranger to complexity. The Australian charmer, with his easy smile and unwavering loyalty, has always been someone who wears his heart on his sleeve, sometimes to his detriment. Lately, he's been pulled in directions he never anticipated. His connection with Phyllis isn't just history. It's chemistry. Every encounter seems to carry an unspoken tension, a magnetic force that neither of them can deny. Even in casual conversations at Crimson Lights, their banter carries undertones that hint at something more than friendship. Fans have long speculated about the possibilities. After all, both have had their share of heartbreaks. Kane with his romantic disappointments and Phyllis with the roller coaster of love and betrayal. And yet, when these two are in the same room, there's an undeniable spark. Spoilers suggest that this attraction isn't just fleeting. It's intensifying. Recent episodes have hinted at a night when the air between them crackled in a way that made viewers lean forward in anticipation. Kane's hand brushing against Phyllis's as they reached for the same file at Jabot, the lingering glance across the office. Moments so small, yet so telling. But it's not all smooth sailing. The tension between them is complicated by past entanglements. Phyllis's history with Nick, Kane's unresolved feelings for Lily, and the ever-present drama of Genoa City's social elite threaten to keep them at arm's length. And yet, there's something about their connection that feels inevitable. Even in scenes filled with other characters, the camera often lingers on Phyllis and Kane, subtly reminding the audience that this is a storyline the writers are carefully nurturing. One spoiler scene that's causing quite a stir among fans involves a late-night confrontation at the Chancellor estate. Phyllis, distraught over a personal betrayal, finds herself seeking solace in Kane's calm presence. Their conversation, initially platonic, quickly takes a charged turn. Words are exchanged that speak to both longing and fear, vulnerability and desire. Kane, ever the gentleman, is careful not to cross a line, but the chemistry is palpable. A simple touch of hands, a momentary closeness, and suddenly the air is thick with unspoken emotion. It's a masterclass in slow-burn romance, and viewers are eating it up. Meanwhile, other Genoa City residents are not blind to the sparks. Abby, Phyllis's daughter, has noticed the subtle changes in her mother's behavior. "Mom, what's going on between you and Kane?" she asks, half joking, half curious. Phyllis, ever the master of deflection, smiles enigmatically but doesn't offer a full answer, leaving Abby and the audience in suspense. Even Victoria, Kane's wife, is sensing the shift. Her growing suspicions add layers of tension, promising conflict that will keep fans glued to their screens. What makes this storyline so compelling is its emotional depth. Phyllis and Kane are not just drawn together by attraction. There's a genuine understanding between them. They recognize each other's vulnerabilities and past mistakes, creating a foundation that is both tender and thrilling. In one intimate scene at Crimson Lights, Kane opens up about a personal regret, and Phyllis responds with empathy rather than judgment. Moments like these remind viewers why this pairing has long been theorized as one of the most intriguing on The Young and the Restless. Of course, Genoa City never lets love exist in a vacuum. The interference of past flames, professional rivalries, and hidden secrets threatens to pull them apart at every turn. Yet, the undeniable pull between Phyllis and Kane continues to grow stronger. Their chemistry isn't just about romantic tension. It's about two people who have been tested by life and find solace in each other's presence. This duality of passion and stability makes the storyline irresistible. Looking ahead, spoilers suggest that a major turning point is on the horizon. A high-stakes event, likely involving business intrigue at Newman Enterprises or Jabot, could force Phyllis and Kane into close quarters, leaving them with no choice but to confront their feelings. Fans are speculating about a possible kiss or confession, a moment that would shatter the carefully constructed barriers they've maintained. If executed well, it could redefine the landscape of Genoa City romance. Social media reactions have been equally electric. Twitter is abuzz with theories, fan art, and polls debating the fate of Phyllis and Kane. Hashtags like #Fane and #GenoaCitySparks are trending, signaling that viewers are not only invested but impatient for resolution. The excitement is palpable, and the writers seem to be leaning into it, building tension with every scene. Ultimately, what makes this storyline so captivating is the blend of nostalgia and novelty. Longtime fans remember the history, the heartbreak, and the occasional betrayal. Yet, the current iteration of their relationship feels fresh, infused with new energy and a sense of inevitability. Phyllis and Kane are not just characters, they are symbols of what makes The Young and the Restless so enduring. The thrill of romance, the sting of drama, and the tantalizing promise of what might happen next. As Genoa City watches, Phyllis and Kane are poised on the precipice of something extraordinary. Will they finally give in to the undeniable pull between them, or will circumstance and past loyalties keep them apart? One thing is certain. The sparks are flying, and fans won't be able to look away. In a city where love is often complicated and heartbreak is just around the corner, the connection between Phyllis and Kane reminds everyone that sometimes, the most electric relationships are the ones you least expect, but most need. With every stolen glance, every subtle touch, and every whispered word, Y&R is proving that Phyllis and Kane's story is far from over. For fans, it's a thrill ride of emotion, suspense, and longing. A romance that promises to leave an indelible mark on Genoa City's legacy.